It's one of the biggest championship games in the entire country. Friday night, Levi Stadium. We got everyone covered at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Pac-12 Network. It is Utah and Oregon. Spot in the Rose Bowl, potentially a college football playoff spot on the line. From a Utah perspective, Mike Yam and Yogi Roth with you. All right, let's just start with the quarterbacks because we always love talking about skills and two of the best in this league. You had told me that you felt like Justin Herbert could be the first quarterback taken off the board in the NFL draft. Your player of the year in the conference, though, is Tyler Huntley. Two seniors head-to-head. What gives in the matchup?
I don't know if anything's going to give for those two guys. I think we should expect, and I will definitely expect, two seniors. And very rarely do you see senior starting quarterbacks playing in a title game. And I think this is the best matchup at quarterback in the championship, Mike, since Sam Darnold and KJ Costello. Like, this is incredible. These are two guys that have pure mastery of their system, but they're totally different, right? Justin Herbert is a drop-back passer. He's got sneaky athleticism.
Sure.
Tyler Huntley, he's a combination of both, right? He is a passer, but he's also dynamically athletic, and both of them will try to manipulate you with their minds, with their eyes, with their football acumen. So I expect them to play the best they've ever played and bring what they've brought in throughout the course of their careers to Friday night.
Okay, and you know this, I love when there's a team that has an identity, something that you can anchor yourself to, knowing what you can expect. Two teams, strength on strength in a lot of ways. I know you talked to Bradley and I the other day in anticipation of this matchup, and yet I look at the offensive line for Oregon, make a case of the best in the entire country. What's the sneaky good matchup there that's piquing your interest?
Well, you think about both head coaches, right? We would not be shocked if they were mic'd up in pregame and they said, hey, we're going to run the football for Oregon, take their soul. Al Winningham, we're going to stop the run, take their soul. We wouldn't be shocked if that's like the consistent message from both locker rooms. And that's going to be the matchup, right? You talked about the veteran leadership. Jake Hansen's coming back to play center. We should expect him to play. Him against Leki Fotu. There's a lot of talk of Penei Sewell and Bradley and I love that. And Bradley is ready for this matchup against the top offensive lineman on the West Coast. You could argue the nation specifically next year as we forecast the next draft. But I look inside, right? If Justin Herbert is dealing with stuff in his lap from jump, or if CJ Verdell and Travis Dye and Cyrus Habibi-Likio, if they got to block big Leki Fotu all game long and pass, it's going to be hard. So I look at Jake Hansen and the two guards that he'll be flanked with. They got to play well. They have to be stout, because if you can all of a sudden take a beeline of the quarterback or win or disrupt that and have some penetration, it's going to be a long evening for the Oregon Ducks on the offensive front. So I don't think Utah will dominate. I think there'll be a lot of stalemates, but if they can win the majority of the matchups, it's huge advantage for that defense of Utah.
All right, no better place to be than with us, Pac-12 Network. Friday afternoon, late afternoon, 4 p.m. Pacific time. We're going for an hour just ahead of the championship game. And as soon as it's done, of course, we got you covered with the post-game show. So get locked in. As soon as the game is over, come back to us on Pac-12 Network.